Hello, everybody. Welcome. More and more of you are coming through on the call as I speak. I'm very excited today. I've had an amazing day, full of energy, still at 8 o'clock at night. Started off really early. Welcome to tonight's call of the 3 big mistakes small business owners make that keep them client cash and time poor. My name is Natasha Denman, and tonight I'm coming from my business brand of the Ultimate 48-Hour Author. You will find out a little bit about who I am. I can see quite a few brand new names that I haven't seen on some of my webinars, and some of my regulars are here for support and some more learning along the way. So, as I said, really excited to be bringing this information because it's all very close to home to me, and I'd like to share some of the things that you need to know if you're at that stage in business where you are client cash and time poor. I just want to check in and make sure that you can hear me. I have just had one comment come through, and make sure you can see the PowerPoint slide. So let's get a few hellos happening. Hi, Alia. She says, hey, Nat, excited to be on the webinar. Great to have you on the call. Hey, Nadine, great to see you as well. More and more people are clicking through as we are introducing the call, which is fantastic. So, oh, here we go. Julie's just saying that I'm dropping in and out. I'm only getting that from you. I've got Samantha saying hello and Devika. I will get a notification if I am dropping out in the audio, just to give you a heads up, because sometimes it can happen on these calls. Someone else is saying they can hear me perfectly. So sometimes it could be, hey, Rossi, lots of comments coming through. If I notice that the audio has dropped out, I'll dial in from my home phone, and what will happen is, you guys, if you lose me, you will get me back. I'll know though, because the system actually lets us know. So just so you guys know, in case of technical difficulties. But let's fingers crossed. I'm recording this call, so we want to get a great recording for those that told me last minute, will I get the recording because I can't make it. Anyway, guys, wonderful. Thank you so much for so many hellos. I'm so glad to see more and more of you come through. And what I encourage you to do is, if questions pop up or you have a comment, post it up. I've been doing webinars now regularly for well over 2 years, and I can handle everything on my dashboard happening. Used to be in the days that I didn't know where to look or what to click, but now it's just really second nature. Hey, Andrula, she says, great to hear my voice again. If you don't know me, I can speak quite fast, so I will remember to breathe and to let you guys process the information, because oftentimes it's hard to keep up with me. Anyway, so let's do the introductions. As you can see, this is a little bit of my background in business. And hello to Anna, Elaine, and Pauline as well. Awesome. Okay, so you guys, I've got a couple of other brands that I operate under, but I won't speak about them. I'll talk about the Ultimate World, which has recently been upgraded to a corporation and under that name. And I started out in business in May of 2010. So just on the weekend gone, I celebrated 4 years. And very proud of that achievement. As we know, the statistics of businesses being around dwindle away the more years you've been around. Especially, it's fairly big achievement if you get to your 10th year of business. And I started off with ultimate weight loss and wrote my first book, The 7 Ultimate Secrets to Weight Loss, which really was my turning point within being client cash and time poor. And that was really my first 13 months, you guys. I had 3 clients and I made $7,000. That's all I did in my first 13 months. However, I did need to build a lot of infrastructure and learn a lot of things, which are some of the things that I will share with you tonight. And subsequently, every year, I have grown. And a lot of you, know how have been following this journey. And it's been really rewarding and challenging at times. And I can tell you that all of us are human beings, and even even in these stages of business, we can experience, lack of confidence or plateau periods and all that kind of stuff. However, it is about persistence. And if you are going to go in this world, which I'm assuming all of you are, small business owners, that you're prepared for an amazing journey, and it's very, very rewarding. So, Julie, I think your internet must be going in and out because everyone else seems to be going okay with this. Thank you, Hilia, for saying congratulations. So far, I have published 4 books myself, and I have helped about 30 people publish their own books through our Ultimate 48-Hour Author Weekend, which is primarily what we run every quarter. And my goal last year was, I had this vision that I would have helped 50 people, and I'll have 50 of these little book pictures, in a slide. And later on in the call, I'll show you all the ones that have come to fruition so far. And I had that vision that, I really wanted to show people the proof in the pudding, in terms of that this is possible when you commit to yourself and follow through and have the right guidance, of course. Shelley's saying, woohoo. So it's very rewarding what I do. And if it wasn't rewarding, it wouldn't be sustainable. So it's great to know, it's great to be in a business that you're passionate about. But one thing I will share with you is that not everything that you do in your business is going to be something that you're passionate about. So sometimes you do need to do those things that you don't like doing. And that's the whole point, because if everything you did in your business was you're passionate about, it really is not a business. It's probably a hobby, okay? Because you can't tell me that every single thing is absolutely truly fulfilling. Personally, I don't like to enter people into my database, so my husband does that. Our story is that Stuart quit his day job 18 months ago, and he has been alongside me and, also helping me run the Ultimate 48-Hour Author Weekends, as well as both of us have a book, full books of consulting clients, mentoring clients, and we enjoy helping them reach their goals and outcomes in their businesses. A lot of my background is in human behavior, as you can see, so I love mindset and shifting people, shifting business owners on a personal transformation level, and then helping them with that business strategy. Because if we don't work on the person, the business will not work in turn. So when things shift on a cellular level and mindset level, then we're also able to achieve new heights in business. And personally, I feel that I have broken through many different money barriers that I was facing. Every year is a challenge, and I think we continuously need to grow and evolve throughout this journey and keep challenging ourselves to reach new levels and heights in our businesses and personally. So that's me, and what I will be sharing is very close to my heart, and I want you to also take a lot out of it and think about what are perhaps what are the mistakes that you may be making currently in your business that are keeping you time, client and cash poor, and what are some of the things that maybe you need to turn your focus on and do to change how things are. So Alia says, looking forward to doing that myself. That's a big challenge as well. It's nothing's rewarding unless it's a challenge. If everything was easy, we wouldn't be able to appreciate, the great times. And that's what I always know, with every up and then there'll be down, and everything usually evens out and creates that equilibrium, as long as we want to challenge ourselves to reach the new levels of success that we have envisioned for ourselves. All right, you guys. So, is this you? Are you overworked or stressed, and perhaps are you focusing on the wrong tasks within your business, or perhaps you're sitting around and waiting for the phone to ring, or you're out there and no one seems to be responding to the message that I've got. a couple of you are saying you're quiet, you've gone back. Sometimes, yeah, you guys, it's going to be your internet. As I said, if it's my internet, I will know from my end if the audio drops out. Cool. So oftentimes this was the picture of me. It's like, oh, I'm working 60, 70 hours a week, and I feel like I'm not getting any reward. Like I'm working for 1 cent an hour. That's what it felt like, and it's frustrating, especially in those first 12 to 18 months, and some people, even up to 24 months, keep persisting. So what I want you to learn and understand that these three mistakes are easily rectifiable if you really want to get your business on track and start creating that abundance for yourself. So good evening to Amber as well, and a couple of people saying that their internet is cool. So 3 big mistakes small business owners make that keep them client, cash, and time poor. That's on for tonight, and I'm not going to reveal what they all are because we're going to do it one at a time so that you can be here with me and focus one at a time and not get ahead of yourselves. So let's go with number one. Number one is that they fail to leverage. Okay. So what is leverage? So leverage is using and delivering your expertise in multiple formats. Okay, so it's not just about you selling your time for money and repetitively doing that same work over and over. So, or needing to be there, as this slide says, needing to be there around to make the delivery. Let me give you an example of my own business where I hit this point and I was making this mistake, which was keeping me exhausted. So this particular mistake has a lot more to do around time rather than client or cash poor. But this is what ends up making us really time poor when we do consistently just sell our time for money. So what happened when my ultimate weight loss business really took off once my first book was published, and I ended up rebranding at 13 months in after I started, because my old business name used to be PRS Coaching, which my mentor then told me, what the hell does that stand for, Nat? Don't be too precious. Make sure that your business name does reveal to people what problem you're solving. And when we further niched it into lose the last 10 kilos, that was the thing that really sort of explained exactly what specific problem I was solving and who I was trying to attract. So that was great. Rebranding, writing a book, yep, filled my coaching practice with all the clients I could ever want. And I was going fine for about 6 months, 7 months, and then it wasn't sustainable. So I didn't know what to do. And then on my mentor's, again, recommendation, he said, Nat, you got to start writing down how you do everything. Okay. What you do from, when you see your clients, how you sign up your clients, what do you say when you are converting them from curious to committed, what do you do in session 1, in session 2, and so on and so forth. And I took his advice and I started spending 2 hours, 2 hours twice a week for about 4 or 5 months documenting. I basically wrote different topics and I started just typing stuff out. And the solution wasn't right there. I mean, that obviously systemized what I was doing, but I didn't know how I was going to use it. And a little bit, later on that year, I realized, and I had a conversation with someone who had licensed their business. And licensing a business means that you kind of create a franchise type model, although licensing does not cost as much legally to set up as franchising does. And so that gave me the idea that, well, I've got the system in terms of how to lose the last 10 kilos, which was a 12-step transformational system and mindset program. And then I wrote out all my business systems. So therefore I need to teach someone how to deliver the system with clients, and then how to build a business and get clients from it. And so I structured together an offer for people to buy into what I call a business in a box. And Ultimate Weight Loss became a business in a box, and very soon I launched it, and I put it out there as an offer and then sold it, and then I figured out how I was going to deliver it and all of that kind of stuff, all the training. So with leverage, oftentimes you can actually come up with the idea as to what you want to do, put it out there. If it's a one-to-many type of delivery program within your business, and then once if there is a need or a demand for it, you first sell it and then you create it. Because I wrote all the systems, but I hadn't put them in folders or organize them properly as so they can be sold as a business in a box. Once I sold 6 because it was going to be an intake training for these particular licensees, then I worried about getting it all neatly organized in folders. So that is how I got rid of having to do one-on-one weight loss coaching. And within 3 months, I licensed 32 people Australia-wide. And now we've got one licensee in the USA using that system, because I no longer was interested in doing that work, because I worked out that I was really, really passionate actually about product development. Funny enough, you guys, product development is what resulted, because by licensing you, I created a program, and a lot of people started to approach me and ask me, well, how do you write a book? How do you write a program? And all of that kind of stuff. And that was the stuff I was really enjoying. But I didn't let go of a business just because I didn't want to coach people around weight loss. I thought, well, my intellectual property can be used by someone else, and I don't have to do the work myself. So that is how I went beyond one-on-one and ended up winning my time back, so that I can focus on evolving to the next stage of business. And that is why you see that I have multiple brands, because I'm always evolving and delivering and building systems so that I can leverage. So that was my experience around it. So if you fail to leverage, this is what's going to happen. Realistically, you'll know that you won't have a business. You have a job that you go and actually a pretty tough job, because not only do you need to continuously market and connect with people and then deliver, so sell and deliver and market, all of that sort of stuff. And you've got your toughest boss above you, because we all have really high expectations for ourselves, and we would love to know that we would do an amazing job. Our income is limited, so how much could I potentially do with my one-on-one weight loss coaching? 100K? That's it. But my aspirations have always been to grow every year in business. And that's the whole point of business, so that we build it to a level that one day we'll be able to sell it for an amazing price point, and be able to do whatever we want and achieve that financial freedom. There won't be any growth beyond you. So if you're that expert and you're not duplicating yourself, that will be it. When you stop working, there won't be any income. With the licensing, there's monthly fees that we get paid, and therefore recurring income over the Christmas period, over moments where perhaps I wouldn't normally be seeing clients, and that's amazing. That's the ultimate, because in my first couple of years of business, I didn't have that over the Christmas period, and it was a very crappy Christmas. Not as many presents under the tree. You get bored. Certainly that's what happened. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again. And a lot of people, I hear them say, I'm on the tools. I want to get off the tools. I want to get off the tools. Sometimes you don't have to fully get off the tools if you do enjoy, one-on-one. And as I said to you guys, I still do some one-on-one around mentoring and consulting around business stuff that I love and I'm passionate about. However, I also do other things that keep me creative and keep thinking of smarter ways, like how else can I leverage? What is it that I can add further value to my clients through? And then something that Tony Robbins has become is the guru. And a lot of people want to, you might become really popular, you might be fantastic at what you do, but you'll always need to be there if you don't work out ways to leverage where it's going to become more passive and you won't be needed in the room. He's gotten smarter over the years. There is other coaches that do work for him, but a lot of the time people do go and see him purely for what he, for what he stands for. So let's go through and I'll give you some strategies on how to start leveraging because it is important that you know a little bit of the how and where to get started. So as Peter said to me, start systemizing all you do. I know some people hate the word systemize. However, it is just about maybe just start writing the steps of what it is that you do and how you do it. So that if you were to teach someone how to do what you do, then it's everything is outlined black and white. You may need to revisit it a few times if it's missing some steps, because oftentimes we think we need to deliver less, but it's often other people need more in order to learn what it is they need to learn through how to replicate what you do. You know, your processes, and break it down, okay? So don't try to systemize your business in a weekend. Do small bits. Maybe how you answer the phone, or what is the introductory email you send to clients, any templates that you need, and keep that all in a folder in your computer, and just keep building on that. Because one day you'll realize if you were to put that together in one big, say, processes manual, you will have quite a lot of information there, and there'll be different ways that you can use it. So that's my number one how. Number two is run events to sell leveraged and get more clients in one go. So this also has to do with getting clients. So when you run events or workshops or seminars, whatever you like to call them, you can actually get more clients in one go. Okay, so sometimes I know a lot of people who are following my journey are in service-based businesses, and a lot of coaches, consultants, there is speakers and all of those types of people, and health practitioners. So if you run events, if you go out all the time and just meeting people one-on-one, that's a lot of time. But if you run an amazing event where you can deliver lots of value to people and show them what the next step is, then you'll be able to convert and have a lot more potential clients that you can have conversations with, and or even convert straight in the room into whatever it is that you have as an upsell. So that's another way to leverage if you don't have many clients and you're client poor and cash poor. Run events and then have an offer at the end so that you can fill your client books a lot faster. Okay. And number three is record all that you run, deliver, and know how to teach. So as we're doing right now, I'm recording what I'm delivering to you guys. I record everything that I host, and I have such a huge library of resources now because I've been doing it pretty much since about 12 to 18 months in. And you know what? I can pull lots of different amazing webinars, not just run, say, for example, tonight is a free webinar, but I'll run a lot of webinars for my inner circle and paid workshops and trainings, which people don't get access to just like that. So I can package up a lot of that stuff and come up with a brand new program that I actually have not had to even do anything for. I'll just go into my library and go, okay, well, I'll pick X, Y, and Z over here. I'll put this in. I'll put it together and present a high value product. It might have some service-based side to it, but then also a lot of product, and maybe even post out some of my books or manuals that I have. And then all of a sudden people get amazing information. However, I have not done anything because throughout this whole time, I've just been recording and making sure I'm uploading and putting them in the right areas, and then having them available when I want to create something to pull together and put up as an offer. So those are my 3 tips around that. Any questions? I've got quite a few of you on the call. I know you're intently listening to me speaking quickly. I'm going to take a drink of water. Helia says, great gold nuggets. Thank you. All right, you guys, if questions or comments come up, I'm just going to stop and have a look, but I'll keep plowing along. I was thinking I had a lot less information, but I have a lot more information to share, and I can see that we're already about 25 minutes into this. All right, so marketing know-how is mistake number 2. Okay, you don't know what you don't know when you start a business, a small business, and certainly that was me. I had no idea how important marketing was. Okay, so what is marketing? I ask you. Actually, I'm going to ask you before I actually reveal my little what marketing is, because it's important to see where you guys are at, and so that to make sure that someone take a guess what marketing is, and you're probably thinking this is a trick question because everyone knows what marketing is. Here we go. Pauline Delaney says, letting people know about your business. Yep, that's a great little definition to it. But I have an even simpler definition. Alia says, how to market yourself to get yourself known to potential clients. Yep, marketing is telling the world that what you're selling, which is Elaine. From Shelley, we say we have being clear and specific who your target is and reaching them. Yeah, that's getting closer. And Drilla says solving a problem people have. All right, you ready for the reveal? All right, it's very simple. Okay, marketing is lead generation. Okay, and let's have a play. All right, so I want you to write down my mobile number. Okay, my mobile number is 0412 085 160. Now, this is how you do it. So if you're within an audience, so it's who wants a gift? Like who here, actually let me ask you this. I should have done it the other way around. Who here wants me to offer them a gift? Me, Helia says. Okay, just one. All right, yep. All right, I've got 2. Yep, Amber, excellent. Okay, and how would that gift, how would you guys like me to give you an ebook version of my book, Ninja Couch Marketing? Okay, I've got about 15 yeses. Yep, so I'm getting about 20. All right, so I've got yes. Perfect. Okay, so I gave you that mobile number, which was 0412 085 160. What I would like you to do is I want you to text me. Someone's ringing me. Don't ring me. I want you to text me your email and your name, because when I get your email and your name, I will be able to have 3 details. So your name, your email, and your mobile number. I'll have those 3. And either late tonight or tomorrow, just bear with me. It's going to be 9 o'clock by the time we're finished. I will email you that book. Is that cool? Let's see if does anyone need any other instructions? No. Perfect. Okay. So hopefully soon, as we're finishing, we've still got half an hour on this call, I will be getting lots of texts coming through. Okay. So what did I just do? Who can tell me what I just did? I'm just going to wipe out. You're welcome. There's a lot of thank yous coming through. So there's a lot of, okay. Shelly goes, wow, how easy is that? Oh, Samantha said, I captured leads. Yeah, I'm getting I've got 3 texts so far. Yep, created a list, increased your database, creating a database. You just got a whole lot of names and contacts for your database leads. You know, you guys, I already have your names and your contact details, but I just wanted to illustrate a point, and I also wanted to give you a gift as to how you could do it in a room with people that perhaps you don't get access to the list. Maybe you've gone to guest speak somewhere and you don't have those details. Who would object of you giving, say, a book to the audience? The audience will be so happy. And you know what? I mean, it doesn't cost me anything to give you that ebook. You will get to read lots of cool information in there. And, you know, who knows, down the track, you know, you might be triggered as to, you know, what else does Nat have? Let me look it up. So I'm getting more and more texts. I better put my phone away. I'm going to have to sort those out later. So it is not selling, okay? So marketing, it is not selling. So play that little game when you guys are running a webinar, just like we have now, or when you're at an event, and certainly you need to have something to give people, and it doesn't have to be a whole book. Look, it could be a checklist. It could be something that the audience will value. And I know you're at home on the couch, so I know you would value Ninja Couch Marketing, and you would want to read information around that. Yeah. And Shelley says, could I do this on my Facebook page? Why not? Of course, you could do it anyway. It's a call to action. If people love it, yep, that's it. Ali's saying could be a 20-minute MP3 or something. Yep, absolutely. I'm just going to take 1 second to delete all the yeses and comments because I can't see the most recent ones that are coming through. So give me a tick because I like to delete them to make sure that I've handled them. All right, it's just going through. All right. Okay, cool. And by the way, those that are listening to the recording, they can text me too, so I'm happy to share it. All right. So remember that. It's very simple. It is not selling. Selling is a whole different strategy. And then marketing is lead generation. So that's how you do it easily and ethically, and you have everyone's permission. And Alia says, think that is fantastic. I love it. And Shelley goes, what else? So excited. Okay, so let's move on. I want to give you the reason I'm giving you, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen, because you know what? People do more to avoid pain than to experience pleasure. So I want you to experience pain because I want you to do something about these 3 mistakes, okay? So if you don't learn how to market your business, guess what? You won't grow your list because you won't be generating leads, okay? You will have negative negative cash flow most likely because you're spending more than you're earning. And Andrula would know that, being our finance focus queen on this call, and they just, you'll be going in the wrong direction. You will waste a lot of time and effort with no results. So if you have not started a database, if you're a small business owner, please do, and make sure that you always have got permission from people who give you their details. Don't just go out networking, collecting business cards and adding them on your database, because you will not get a good reputation. You will end up very frustrated, okay? Without marketing, there's no business. It's almost as if you've got your passion and your skill and your it's like it's 50-50. You've got your tools that you're an expert in, and then you've got your marketing know-how. One cannot go with the other. You cannot have one. You just have no business if you don't have marketing know-how, okay? And you will not understand your target market. So you will have a market message mismatch, okay? Because if you don't understand your target market, they are not going to give you your details for whatever you offer. So why did so many SMSs come through now? Is because you guys, I know that is what you want. Like, it's matched to a small business owner. Of course, they're mostly home-based, let's say. Not everyone. However, they would like to learn how to market from their couch, a lot more, okay? And unfortunately, you will be out of business very, very quickly. So this is serious stuff. This is the most serious out of the 3 tonight, okay? Because this is the one that really you should get a really good handle on. And the leverage in the 3rd one is something that you will also learn and do in time. But if you do it, consistently, you won't have as big a job to do. So what do I use for my database is a question from Shelley. I use SendPepper, which is a smaller version of what they call Office Autopilot. And I think we pay about $50 a month. And I've used that since day one, and it has been working really well. And it's got a lot of analytics, just statistics that I never look at, but my husband does. So to make sure that whatever we're sending out, we're also testing and measuring. Rosie says, as usual, you're always cool and clever, Nat. Okay, well, I'm here to teach you a few things. Hopefully, I'm a little bit ahead from you guys so that you can learn and grow. I mean, I've always hired my own. I'm on to my third mentor now. My first mentor I had for 2.5 years, my second one for 6 months, and our next one we've recently, a couple months ago, started. And you know what? I'm learning the cool new stuff from I've learned cool new stuff from all of them, and that is how I fast track. There's no other way. If I tried to do it myself, I wouldn't be here on the call tonight. I can guarantee you that. So where to start? Okay, so this is your little bit of how into marketing know-how. Okay, number one is build education-based marketing. Okay, what is education-based marketing? Who knows what that is? Give me an answer and I'll let you digest a couple of the things that I've said. One person's got to be brave, or maybe, yeah, okay. Something to learn, no clue from Helia, no idea from Amber. That's good. Thanks for being honest. Providing articles, yep. So part of it, yeah, could be providing articles. What we're doing right now is education-based marketing. I mean, I'm not, you guys are not investing to be on this call. You're investing time. I beg your pardon. You are investing time to be on this call. However, I'm educating you and giving you a few gold nuggets that I trust that you love and you'll take away and implement. But I also know that some of you will be interested in what I've got to say at the end of the call. I mean, no one, we're not silly and on this call thinking that we're going to learn and there's not going to be an opportunity to take this further, because I would be stupid not to offer a next step when I have inspired some of you, and therefore, if I don't give you the opportunity to see what that is, then you will find it somewhere else. So one thing you got to remember for your business is you cannot inspire people and give them a little bit and then go, oh, no, that's enough. That's teasing. That is absolutely teasing. Rosie's just said, offer a webinar series for free, do some research into marketing. No idea, writing a blog. Yep, writing a blog. The client will learn something through what you send them. Totally. Newsletter. Yep, teach people something they would like to know and you're an expert in. Yep, something to make reference to with regards to the topic, and information about a problem you solve. Yeah, thank you. I didn't say all the names, but I've just read out all the comments from everyone. Thank you so much for being interactive and all of those ideas around education-based marketing, because today's way of winning over business is not the hard sell or the pitch. Oftentimes we need to woo and impress and touch people minimum to 6 to 8 times in order for them to go, you know what? Yeah, I'm now ready to work with you, or I've been curious, I've been following your journey, you've been adding value to my life and to my business, and I'm ready. And sometimes that happens for me 2 years after someone has known me or been in my network. Sometimes it happens immediately, other times even longer, sometimes 6 months, whatever it is. So Shelley's just saying building rapport and adding value. Yes, and through it all, you're building that rapport, and guess what you're becoming? A trusted advisor. Okay, so when you become a trusted advisor and you stay top of mind with your customers, or I wouldn't say customers, the leads and prospects, that is when ultimately one day you will get this message, you will get, them approaching you, and it's kind of like a really cool way of then taking it into the sales conversation to assist them in creating the change that they need to create. So remember that. And I know a lot of you are aware of it, but are you doing it? Okay. You can't say after the call tonight, if you don't do anything about it, another call, oh yeah, I've heard this before, I know it. Well, I always say to people, you don't know it until you're doing it. Okay. So write that down. You don't know it until you're doing it. Even if you've heard it 1,000,001 times before, because we know that no information nowadays in this world is new. Everything is regurgitated and made sexier. You don't know it until you're doing it. So when you know it, it's when you can really congruently also speak about it. All right. Number 2 is understand your ideal client. Okay, because if you're talking to Harry and really ideal client is John, you're not going to get through. The marketing is not going to get through. And also, my third point here, which is tied in with the second point, is you need to understand the top of mind problem. So many people sell people what they need and not what they want. Okay, so the simplest I can explain this to you is with my weight loss business. People need personal transformation. They need to work on their self-love, on their self-worth, on their limiting beliefs. But I cannot sell that. What do people want? What's their top of mind? I want to lose my last 10 kilos. I want to lose my last 10 kilos. I want to be sexy. I want to be noticed, because lose the last 10 kilos is not about health. Okay. It's not about, I want to be healthier and look after myself and live a longer life. Lose the last 10 kilos is about vanity. So if I didn't understand my ideal client, that my ideal client in lose the last 10 kilos was all about vanity, standing out and getting the wolf whistle down the street, then I wouldn't be successful in that niche, because guess who that person was? It was me. 10 years ago, I think I lost 10 kilos. And why did I lose it? I wasn't seriously overweight. I was 67 kilos. I always thought I was 57. And all of a sudden one day I stepped on the scale. I was like, oh my God. And then I had little love handles. And I thought, oh, I'm not looking, the way I used to, bikini bodyish. And why did I do it? Because I was vain. I just wanted to have that bikini body and I wanted to be noticed. So my ideal client, of course, ended up being my old self, and that's what usually happens in our businesses. And that was my top of mind problem. But what I really needed was, certainly to learn a lot about how to feed myself. That was my main underlying issues, that I didn't know how to feed myself. And however, for a lot of people who are seriously overweight, there is other underlying issues. Alia says, oh my God, I need to lose my last kilos as well. And, it's okay to admit that that's what it is. But when you actually admit the real truth, then you're speaking the unspoken. Okay. You're speaking the unspoken for that client. And therefore you're really getting to that heart place of what's going on for them. So remember, you got to sell them what they want. So what is their external, issue that they're concerned with. So can I just point out that the name of tonight's webinar was 3 big mistakes small business owners make that keep them client, cash, and time poor. What are you guys aware of? You're aware of that you need clients, you want cash, you want more time. Okay, what do you need to do? Well, you need to go in deeper within each of these topics and mistakes that I'm revealing, because that is what you actually need to do. And there's a whole lot more behind building education-based material and understanding the client, and really discussing and dissecting what that niche and how to market for that niche. But we have only so much time together tonight, so I can only scratch the surface and make you aware of it, so that you can then have a choice that now you know what you didn't know, and therefore you can know what your next step and decision is. Okay, questions before our last reveal for the third mistake. Are you guys getting value from this call? I'm just taking my water. Yes, great. Okay. Beautiful. Lots of yeses. Thank you, Shelley, Justine, Rossi, Amber, Anna, Samantha, so much. Loving Alia, Margaret, yep, Shelley, and Elaine. Yes, okay, very good. Thank you. Rosie. Rosie, your name appears as Rosie, Rosi. Maybe it's a typo. Cool. Awesome. I skipped. All right, you didn't see that. I hope so. All right, let's reveal our third point. And number 3 is they fail to build credibility. Okay, Okay, Rosie's pronounced like that. Okay, thank you. Okay, sometimes we just read it the way we would read it, isn't it? A lot of people read my name Natasha because it doesn't have a H, but it is actually Natasha. And probably on the webinar you're seeing Donna Brown, but that's because Donna and I share a GoToWebinar account, and actually you will be hearing Donna's voice in your heads for those of you that send me the details for the Ninja Couch Marketing, because Donna and I co-authored that book. Okay, so building credibility. So what is credibility? Credibility is the quality of you being trusted and believed in. All right. So it's not based on just hearsay. It can be felt or seen and witnessed in a person's results. It just exists when people help others and position themselves correctly. And there are many different ways to build credibility, and that is one of my highest levels of expertise within my business because of the work that I have done around the authoring and publicity that we've been able to achieve, and I'll take you through that in a minute. But it is very important. Coming from my story, to tell you the truth, the reason I had only 2 or 3 clients in that first year, and nothing started happening until my book came out, is because I didn't have anything tangible behind me. I was pretty much selling hot air and I wasn't too clear on my message as well. So there was the marketing challenges that I was learning along the way. And the reason I wrote the book was because I just wanted people to take me seriously. Okay. A lot of people have a big goal and vision for writing a book because they've always wanted to write one for 10, 15, 20 years. Myself, I had never thought I would write a book. It wasn't something that I was, thinking about for many years. I just had a coffee with someone, and they chatted to me about what I was passionate about and what I wanted to help people in. And he said to me, Nat, why don't you write it? You seem to know a lot of stuff around, say, mindset and human behavior. Why don't you just write a book about it? And I did. And I made a logical, smart decision around a niche that I knew there would be people who wanted to invest money to have a problem solved, which was the weight loss. And it worked amazingly. The minute, as I've said, the minute the book came out, I was having my second baby. And pretty much 3 weeks after having a baby, I actually needed to start coaching because my business started taking off, and I had no luxury of going, oh, well, now I need to be 6 or 12 months with my baby, because if I don't want to go to my day job, I need to see these people right now, and I just got to juggle everything between breastfeeding, which is what I did. And I will probably be doing it again at the end of this year, since I'm pregnant, 4.5 months pregnant with my third child, which is going to be the last. I can guarantee you that. But feeling really great at the moment. So, you guys, if you don't build credibility, thanks, Rosie, for the congratulations. You will lack intimacy with your marketing and ideal client. Okay, so when you build credibility, you create that intimacy and that trust. Okay, so this is why it is so important. Okay, another thing is that service-based businesses will always struggle to have more credibility when the nature of them is so intangible, so you can't touch what it is they do. So that is why if you build credibility, like achieving some publicity around your what you do in your business, or writing programs and books, that is where you can turn the intangible into tangible. And ultimately, as we said in leverage, is replace selling your time for money and have multiple streams of income. So remember that. No word of mouth referrals. Okay, so less credibility. People it will be less likely that you'll get referrals. That's what happened my first year. I hardly got any referrals. The minute I wrote the book, it's like people would pass on the book or whatever, and they'd go, "Oh, I want to be coached by an author." Like, that's what they were saying. That's what some of the people that came to me, and then as I was coaching them, I go, "I'm so proud to say that, I'm being coached by an author," and it was really lovely to hear. And to me nowadays, having written 4 books is just normal. But that's what started happening. And my clients were proud of me as much as I was proud of them. That's who they ended up working with. Lack of brand awareness. So again, if you're in an intangible business, your brand will not be as visible as if you had more credibility, and certainly if your brand ends up being plastered in publicity and magazines and within social media, and you do different things to boost it up, that's when you will be able to achieve better results, and you will have poor lead generation. Okay, so I can tell you, we ran a very aggressive publicity campaign with a publicist that we worked with last year, for about 3 months, over the December, Feb and March period. We had a break in January, and my opt-ins on my website grew from I reckon there was 4 or 5, let's say 1 a week, to about 10, 15 a week, because of the articles that were going out, the exposure of the brand, and my website was getting 10 times more traffic than prior to this campaign. So certainly I know how to do it for myself, and this is how I teach my clients how to achieve it for themselves for free. However, in this case, I didn't have the hours in the day to do it for myself. So I hired an expert to do it for me, and certainly the results were amazing. And then we've taken it over ourselves as well, and continue to get the gigs through the system that we teach. Thanks for a couple of congratulations that are coming through. I didn't realize you guys didn't know I was pregnant, but that's okay. To me, it's just normal part of life. All right, so how do you build credibility? Okay, my top 3 ways, and this is what I've focused on doing heavily in the last, especially 3 years. I'd say I was slow to start in the first 12 months. Number 1 is, speaking engagements. Okay, putting your hand up wherever people would say we're looking for someone to present. I'd be up there saying yes and being terrified of saying yes. Okay, because I knew if I got up in front of people, and in my second year of the business, I set a goal that I would speak 5 times every quarter. So by the end of the year, that I would speak 20 times in total. And I achieved 30 times. And this is actually how I got to speak the way I speak now, because that practice, that focused attention to getting the speaking engagements, hosting my own events, and doing all that sort of stuff absolutely gave me confidence. It gave me fluency in the way I delivered my content and material. And what happens nowadays is I just need to put together a presentation, and I hardly need to even rehearse it, because it just comes through. I'm talking from something that I really, really know well, and therefore there's not a lot of preparation. So that's what happens when you do it over and over. And it's true that it becomes easier and easier and easier every time you do it. I can guarantee you that. Earlier this year, in March, actually, this was my little tour around Australia, where I went to Perth, Adelaide, Hobart, and this was base camp. One of my friends went there, and he took my little personal brand up there to take a photo of, and Melbourne. So that's one way. Rosie's just left us. That was Rosie who hosted a place for me in Perth. So we'll say good night to her. And number two way to build credibility is to get free publicity. So there is ways that you can do it. As I've said before, we teach our authors during the Ultimate 48-Hour Author Weekend how to do that for themselves, and give them the publicity, the press release templates, and how to approach the media, and what are the steps, what is the etiquette, and because it's a whole other world as to how to deal with the media and how to interview with them and get the gig. And that's what I'm passionate about, and I've had an amazing success. And a lot of my authors coming through now are starting to trickle through with their little media clips and things that are happening. So Elaine's just got a question. How did you go about getting the speaking engagements? I have been considering Toastmasters. Is that what you started off doing? No, it was actually more networking, Elaine. I have never been to Toastmasters. Actually, I have now recently will join the National Speakers Association of Australia, which I went and visited a month ago, and I will definitely be joining them. But definitely at networking events, I hosted my own events. I did the hard work of filling the room, getting bums on seats, and with every year that passed, I was able to attract more and more people into the rooms where I was speaking. I always look out for opportunities. I put myself out there, and I don't wait for people to ask me. I go there and ask others, okay? Because if you wait around, it's like waiting for the phone to ring with a potential client. You know, it happens once in a blue moon, but you got to get out there and say it. Who did I ask? From Shelley, I ask the event hosts, people that run their own events, and I would obviously pitch a topic that I would think would be interesting for that group and that they would get value from, and therefore that's how I did. And Ali, as you're saying, I'm challenged about how to get bums on seats, and that is a whole other conversation that we would have to run a whole other webinar on in the future. But that is the most challenging thing about events is getting bums on seats. There's no there's no mistake about that. Creating the content, putting it out there, running the event is nothing compared to getting bums on seats. So as I said, and Alia, you and I will be working on this. So we will work out lots of different strategies of how to do it. But don't expect the magic bullet, you guys. As I said, over the years, things grew and grew. Like I used to attract 5 to 7 people in my second year. I was attracting 7 to say 12 people, 15 people in my third year, and now upwards of groups of around 20. And I trust that will grow with further strategies that I will do. And Shelley's just saying she's got an event coming up end of June, and Ali, I can't wait to start. Awesome. And number 3, as I know our time is nearing 9 o'clock, you write a book on your expertise. You know, I don't need to tell you how passionate I am about packaging up your expertise in a book so that you can get your foot in the door in places that never would have paid any attention to you, especially if you want to go into corporates, you know, and have, you need to have something to give to them, something that's polished, looks professional. That is why I've put the picture of my authors. These were the authors that attended the October author weekend, and they launched in March, and that was our big launch party. You're welcome to actually go to the homepage of the ultimate48hourauthor.com.au and have a look at a 3.5-minute video. Takes you through that whole journey of how this all happened. And since then, we've run February and April, with July to come, and October this year. So this is some of the stuff that has happened for us. You know, these are some of the places we've been featured on the radio, in the Age, on lots of different Koshi's Business Builders. That was a big one. We're trying to get on Koshi on TV, other magazines and online stuff. So this is what it's about. It's about building one of these, because when you show people one of these, that's what they go, wow, okay. You know, then they're willing to listen and take you a bit more seriously. That is why credibility is so, so important. I told you I would show you a picture on the books we've helped publish thus far. There's actually 30, but another 12 are still in editing and printing and all that kind of stuff. So there is about a total of 30. I think there's about 15 or 16 here, with more to come. But that is what I love. I love helping people do, and from start to finish, no jokes. There's not one person that has gone through this program that has not become an author, and there's such amazing people who really did back themselves, because this is a leap of faith, amazing experience. So Natalie says, hey, my book is on here. Yes, of course your book is on here. Team to Profit from Natalie over here on the right. So you guys, we've come. I like to be respectful of everyone's time. So this is your opportunity tonight, and that is the Author Your Way to Business Success. There's a $30 investment if you want to join me for either one of my workshops. So this particular workshop I'm running in Melbourne in Montmorency this Saturday is you can go along to this link. I'm not sure if, hang on, let me see if I can put a copy and paste it in the comments field for everyone. Oh, I'm not going to be able to. You guys are just going to have to jot it down, and I'll send the links also in an email with when I send out the recording to everyone, because you will get this recording as well if you've registered, which you have. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on the call. But I'll send this link. I'll jot it down now while I'm speaking through it. We're doing a half-day workshop, so I'm coming to Sydney, and I'm doing it in Melbourne this Saturday. And it's the half-day 4-hour Author Your Way to Business Success. So we're going to be unraveling more and more stuff around authoring and what is important to know so that you can take your business to the next level if this is something that you're going to back yourself in terms of doing. So it's a $30 investment with a bonus book of My Ultimate 48-Hour Author, which also contains the system around how we do it and what happens and how you can do it for yourself. So Melbourne's this Saturday, and Melbourne is very special because we're doing it at the publisher's studio. So the people that publish the books for us, that's where we're actually hosting it. That's why it's in Montmorency. It's in Busybird Publishing, because part of this package we get give our authors full publishing and 100 copies of their books, because that is how we get 100% success, is because that is how the package is set up. And Sydney is Saturday I've written that wrong. Saturday 21st of June, 10 till 2. Now, I know that everyone on the call is either perhaps not on these locations or they can't make these dates. And that's why for 5 people outside of these cities, you can email me now at book@ultimate48hourauthor.com.au and book in or apply to be one of the 5 to get a credibility and leverage 30-minute strategy session for yourself. So the investment into any of these 3 is $30. I just thought I'd give people, depending on where they are, that particular opportunity. So awesome stuff. Shelley says, "Wow, mine will be there wow, mine to be on there." Yes, that it will be. If you really want it to be, it will be. Yes, I will be doing some of these workshops again later on. Actually, Ali, I've got one that I'll get you to come along end of June. That is actually on credibility. I'm going to be doing it at the Northcote Library on the off the top of my head, it's going to be the 28th of June or the 24th. Let me check. You guys can ask me and email me about this one. There's one more that's coming up. I'll give you the date. Yeah. Saturday, 28th of June, in the Northcote Library, there's going to be one around credibility purely. So I'm happy for you to come along to that, Alia, if you're back mid-June. So that's cool. Good night, Di. Di is one of my April authors, and she said she'd highly recommend the author workshop. Thank you, Julie. I can't wait to see you on Saturday. I think you also, according to my list, actually get the book. I will double check, but of course, yes, absolutely. Okay, yes, that one is in Melbourne. Yeah, Ali, I'll get you the details. Excellent, beautiful. And Amber says, "Thank you so much, Natasha. Great learning tonight." Awesome. And Kay, gratitude. You're welcome. So, guys, we've just clicked a little bit over this time. That's thank you so much for being on the call. As I said, I trust you've received value tonight from as much as we can fit into this 1 hour. Thank you, Julie. I look forward to also seeing you on Saturday. Thanks, Pauline. Why not come to Adelaide, Natasha, a little closer to Perth? Well, I already did Adelaide and Perth, so you guys are going to have to wait till next time again. You're welcome, Justine. Helia says, "What if you have never considered writing a book? How do you come up with an idea?" Well, why don't you chat to me, Hillia? Email me, and we can. I can guarantee you, I will give you an amazing idea for a book. That's what I'm great at creating for people. So do that. Thanks, Ali. Great to see you on the call. See you soon, Shelley. Thank you, Alia. Great to see you. Look forward to starting work with you. Good night to Hillia. Thank you, Elaine. Lots of thank yous. A good night, Rosie, as well. Very informative. Thanks, Samantha. Night night, Amber and Anna. You're welcome. And cool. I'll see you soon, Pauline. All right, that was all the thank yous. All right, you guys, go and have it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And it's been an absolute pleasure. This has just stopped my day. And I'm gonna go happy tonight to sleep. Good night.